And welcome back, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am Monster to Mermaid, and this is Minecraft. Minecraft. Hello, hello, hello. I'm in Malaya's builder's shop because I think that we actually, for a short time, need another builder. Mr. Villager, oi! To the bum, to the bum, to the bum. How are you? I am good because I'm here. And it's nice to see you. I'm going to change my view. Yes, that's what I said. I'm going to put in another builder.
I can help you
I
with
think we need one. So Malaya is not working on anything. And remember, we needed some people to work on stuff. And I'm going to have her work on the flower,
I can
the
help you with that.
flower shop. I believe it is. I believe it's the flower shop that we need to get done in order to put that hallway in. And you need to say the same. Okay. And let's look here. So Max is supposed to be working on this restaurant. And this flower shop, it is the flower shop right here. We're going to have Malaya work on this flower shop. And so that we actually manage workers, build options. The builder is going to be Malaya. And look at all this stuff she needs. She needs coral. I'll have to give her that. And lots of coral. We'll have to give her that. Okay, there's concrete. There's some azaleas. I think we can grow those and upgrade the building. All right, so there's one thing. I hear someone, but they're not here. Let me see. Oh, there he is. I know I heard you, Damon. Okay, so Damon just planted some things. Hopefully he planted some things for Malaya to use. And there is Bryn. Bryn is our dye specialist, and she is going home. Aren't you going home yet, Damon? They're going home. There's no question about it. Let me see what time it is. Yeah. Okay, there he goes. Oh, you just had to finish planting that stuff. Okay, that was pretty cool. You missed a lot of these classic colonist vests. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's see. So we need another builder. I think I worked on this. And, oh, it's you. That's right. We took that away to make that red, and we didn't put it back. Okay. Let's see, first of all, where we can put another builder. And then what kind of builder we want. So we just saw the underwater base builder. And right here, we have an Arcology builder. This little builder shop right here that belongs to Jania is an Arcology builder shop right here. And let's see. And then down at the residential level, we have a cavern style builder shop, which belongs to Max. And we need another. So far we have 3 different styles. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to mix it up enough because of the constraints of where we are, because of the water. You saw Zaf! Yasu! You did it! You saw the horror movie of the month? Yay! Excellent, excellent. I know how you love those things. Which horror movie of the month was it, Zaf? Let's come here. And this is a cavern style builder shop right here. And it is here. Now we have, remember we have we have some space. There's housing and things in this area. You are good. That is good. That's good. And let's see, up here, we closed off that way. And so up here we have, I believe that what we have discovered is that the Covenstead is right here. So this isn't as big as we think it is. This building goes deep into that building, and so that's why this area here, the Covenstead is behind here. Evil Dead Rise. Wow. Evil Dead Rise. Goodness sakes. Well, that's all. The title says it all. It says it all. But it was good. You enjoyed it. You enjoyed it, it sounds like. And that is cool. If you remember, Mr. Villager and Zaf, the last time we were here, there were way too many cows and too many sheep. Remember? And what ended up happening is that it was almost like I had a talk. The ambassador had a talk with the shepherd and the rancher, and they actually came in and culled and actually did something about the number, and that was really good. Who's dripping? I see you guys. And so that was really good. Let's come here for a minute. I'm going to put this up. Good and unexpected, because we actually thought that we were going to have to do it, that I was going to have to do something about the number of cows and the number of sheep, and I'm really glad that I did not have to do that, which is what happens in the United States of America. We eat beef. But we want other people to kill it. We don't have the heart to kill it ourselves. We just want the meat. And I actually do want them to have good lives, because livestock that has good lives makes good meat. Otherwise, you have sad meat. And I know that sounds weird, but people don't realize how important that is. So that is one of the things that I think about when I'm doing stuff. Is if I had to, yes, I would raise happy meat, and that is, and so I support people who like raising happy meat, who like when their beef and their livestock of all different types actually have good lives. And this was the experiment that we were doing down here, that I wanted this to not be stuffing full of animals, but that they had a decent experience for the fact that they will never see the sun. They won't see the sun. And that's a fact, because they're going to spend their lives here. But this is looking pretty good, and that's what we want to see. We want to see if they can be happy living in this space. So we've got a bunch of kids. I don't have any sheep kids right now. I turned off, actually. I think I turned it off. The sheep are trying to figure out how to get down this hole. They know it's an entrance, and they're like, no, I want to go down. Yes, I can see that you do, but you can't. And that is genius on the part of Matlam and Mixasa, that they created a place where the animals are actually where they should be. And I'm going to read chat for a minute. Let's see. Yes, overpopulation. That is true. And yeah, Mr. Villager is saying meat is always his favorite food and it's so good. But here in Brazil, we had too much. We too had bacon at breakfast. Yeah. And you only eat dinner if that's some beef or chicken nuggets or some sausage. Okay. That's understandable. Protein is good. Protein is good. And yeah. So this is the chicken farmer who's actually cooking chickens in her shop. This is Journey, and she's cooking chickens in her shop. I think that when they upgraded this, they took away the part that we had here. Just that little part. I know the rest of the ceiling is, but the part that we run under, that part will cover that again. I'm not going to do this. That's why we need another builder, because we really should get started on upgrading. And in order to do that, we have to get going. So right now, I have two things. I'm getting enough wool, I think now, in order to have the Fletcher make me some string. And that's what we need. And so I'm going to see for a minute. Bacon is really expensive for some reason. That's a good question. I wonder why. Pigs are pigs indigenous to oh, this is what Malaya was working on. I forgot that Malaya was working on this. Look at this. We have another courier shop. It's just a level 2, I believe, or a level 1. No, it's a level 1. So this would be a junior courier. Wow. This would definitely be a junior courier. We're going to take away this torch for right now, only because we have other lights that we could put in, even temporarily. But we're going to take that away. But yes, yay! So let me see who we have for a second. Let me look at the people. This is Ronald right here. Our other courier is Amber. I'm going to look at this. We don't have any students. Allison and Gemma. Gemma is possibly a builder. And that is the thing. Yeah, Gemma is a builder. So we would have Gemma, Jania, and Malaya, and Max. And the Incan Courier is very similar, but a lot more expensive. Yes, the Incan Courier is similar. Mr. Villager is saying because you can have all these different little courier shops inside the Incan warehouse. And so they're actually really quite pretty. This is the underwater bases little pieces, courier pieces that go in here. So we're going to have to wait until we have another set of children for that. This is the post box. We were asking for hay. We haven't gotten any yet. Investigate. Let's ask for string. Let's ask for string. Let's request. Let's see if that will request 64. Look at that. So we might have enough because we are getting wool to the Fletcher, and we'll see. I'm going to cancel this, and I do need hay bales, so I'm going to put in hay again. There we go. And I'm just going to request 16 hay bales just to start. And we're going to put that there so that it's delivered when it's ready. And so we saw there's nothing in here right at the moment.
Good day to you.
Look at that. The first string appeared. Dun, 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 dun. It's working. Yay. Yay. You don't have eggs and bacon here because breakfast may be sometimes some horses only. Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah, I understand. Um, so yes. So yes, you you we're going to have to actually, for years you used a courier? You used couriers? Is that what you're saying, Zaf? Is that? Here we are. So there's a couple of the things that we need to do, and
What is it?
I'm going to look at some builders.
I can help you
I'll
with
look at
that.
some builders and see. Hi, Jania. Jania is
What
going
is
to
it?
build because it's 10:30 in the morning, and she has a project. I'm going to come up here and see. I think I'm probably going to have Max build the new builder and have someone else work on what he's working on. And I still need housing. I'm rising up. This is one of the most beautiful views. I love these arches. Could you imagine these in the real world? Could you imagine? You wanted to say, okay, what Zaf wanted to say was that you were a courier. You haven't been a courier in years. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing. Zaf speaks better English than I speak Greek, believe me. And and that is pretty amazing as far as I'm concerned. Let's get a builder's tool out. And even Mr. Villager speaks better English than I speak Portuguese, and that is pretty cool. Maybe close to the water lock. This is close to the warehouse. That's what a crane could have a computer table for. Oh yeah, wouldn't that be neat? Ah, I see, I see, I see. Uh-huh. I get it. You go to retail stores and that's it. Okay, you don't historicals. Let's look. Is level 5. What are we looking at? I think we looked at it before. It's huge. Yes, it is. This is the Crimson Keep builder, and it has all these upper areas here that are supposed to go to other buildings, which is part of the thing that happens. And so in this building, let's see what we have here. We have the builder, and we have all the storage here. And it's beautiful, it's big, and unfortunately, it's too big for a place that we want. I'm gonna go look at the underwater shop, and this is it right here. So this is it. The other building that's attached is actually the house. It's actually not the builder. And remember, we put a door through here. And it's gigantic. And so in that respect, it's pretty, yay, Jania's finished with the residence. I think that brings that residence up to a level 3. I think I'm going to have her bring it all the way up to the level 5. You know something? I think we're going to put one of these in. I think this is going to end up being the smallest and most compact of all of our builders. That is the underwater base switch. We already have the cavern, and the cavern, because we no longer have a single story cavern. There used to be, in the old ones, there used to be a single story one, but there isn't anymore. Let me look at the fundamentals. Let's look at the default. So this is the builder's hut level 5 that we have downstairs that Max is using, and it's pretty, it's really nice. It's really good. And then we have the Arcology one, and I don't want to do an Arcology one, even though it would solve our problem, period, because the Arcology builder is the smallest builder that there is. Let's come here and level 5, and that's it. And we can kind of squeeze it in almost anywhere. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, that might be interesting. Okay, I'm gonna think about that for a minute. Everybody else has too much land around them. See, this is the builder's shop for Space Wars, and it is completely land-based and meant for the desert. And the Desert Oasis one, let's look at the builder. It is also outside, so look at all those, look at all of that. That is meant to be outside in the desert, and that is good. Let's switch for a second. There is the fortress ones, and the fortress builder I haven't looked at in a while. Let's find the fortress, because that builder might actually work. That might work too. But all the others have these huge land pieces. Steampunk, let's go to Steampunk just for a second. And let's look at the builder shop. Yep, see the land around it? Yeah, and then it has one of these roofs. And so this doesn't do us any good. And see the crane where it is? So none of that is going to do us any good. Let's look at a fortress for a minute. I haven't built any fortress stuff here. There it is. Dun, da, da, da. And let's go in here and let's look at this. Let's look at the builder. It's been a while, so I don't remember. Ah, now I remember. Yes, so this is the builder for the fortress, which, by the way, tells you how to build a fortress. All of the plaques in here actually tell you how to build a fortress, and which is pretty cool, because at the time the fortress was huge and complicated. So here's the front. So the front is kind of like an Incan building. It does have this top, and that's the thing. It has this top on it. We could take the top away, but see how much land, see how much space it takes away, and that is probably the problem. The steampunk one is really basic. Let's go back to it for a minute. Switch back to steampunk for a minute. I think it was down here. Switch and builder and builder shop and level 5. So this is what it looks like. This is the full steampunk right here, and it's very similar to some degree to the medievals. It has more space than the medievals do, which is really nice. The medievals are pretty narrow as builders shops go, and that's a nice feature. I like that. And yeah, the only thing is, look at the land. Look at the land mass, and look at, that's outside land, and then look how high up it is. So even if I built it and took off this roof, that's what I'd have to do, build it and take off the roof. But look, in the steampunk, they're using this part of the roof, and that is really cool, and I actually like that. So I would rather build that on land somewhere. Small. Oh yeah, look at that. You wanted to understand why all the space? I think, and I think because there's this suggestion that you would actually build that you would actually add stuff yourself, that it allows you to actually pile things in or put in more storage for yourself as the player and do things like that. I think that's part of it. Let me see whose building this is. Switch. Let's come down here and see. And this is Mubian. And Mubian and Motionless Train and Yalakovi, they actually like big buildings. When they're building stuff, they actually like building big, complex buildings. So that's part of what's going on with that. I think, believe it or not, I think that we're going to have to, Zaf is saying the chat has an icon and above you type and makes a bubble effect. Isn't the same with Instagram, this. I think it might be. That's curious. Huh. I think that might be the same. Let's see. Let me look here. So let's cancel this for a second. I do have a spot that I'm thinking about, and that's the thing that I want to look at. So right here, see this right here? This is the upstairs of this housing right here. We're going to go down here because there's now an airlock here where we can actually go to that housing easily. Urban Birch has too much, takes away too much land, but I'll show you for just a minute after. I'll look at it for a second and see. Everyone's asleep. So what we were looking at was this part up here. So we're still underwater. And what we were looking at was the part that comes up. Is there something missing? No. There we go. We were looking at this. So this is the top of this. But down here for two whole levels, almost 3 levels, is nothing right here. And so I think I'm actually going to put in that that builder shop right here because there's nothing here, and that space we can't put another house because it would be outside too much, and we don't need any more of that style of housing. Let's go out for a second because I am going to look at the shop that Mr. Villager wants me to look at for a second. So where I'm talking about putting that is right in this rock right here, right in this, right here. And I think I can put it there easily, but we'll see. I see this. I want to put it right here. But there actually isn't any space. I thought that was going to be in the rock, but it's not. That is not in the rock. Okay, it's a good thing I looked. Yeah, and look, this is the university and the university school right here. This purple is the university and the university school. Shoot, you can't really see because it's dark in this corner. There we go. So the university school, this is the housing right here. And that hallway that we were looking at is this one that comes this way. The only thing that we could do, this is the restaurant right here. And we have this hallway. Look at this space right here. Look at this space. So if we put a builder over here, that builder, put there for treasures, that builder, yes, that builder is actually the only things that builder would be working on would be the university would be all of this. They would be responsible for all of these buildings over here and over here if we put a builder there. We do have this. We could put the builder in the farm country and put the builder where these guys are in this area here. So we have two builders in this rock. I mean, two farmers in this rock right here. We have this is the fishery that I'm looking down on right here. This is the fishery. And this is the stairs going down to the fishery. And remember, we've got this part here like this. So we could, in fact, put the builder someplace in this area. And if we put a builder here, we could put the builder here and have him work on this whole line all the way this way. But I think I like the idea of the builder being over in this corner. And yeah, so let's go up. I know, uh-oh, see this? Who is this? Rylan, what are you doing? Rylan's going for a swim. That is so crazy. Look at, this is Rylan. He's going for a swim. And I think he's going for a swim because he lives here and he came up. He likes to come out of his house here and go up and then swim across to here. You know what that means, don't you? That means that we're going to need... Goodness sakes, Rylan. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to come out of this building, go over here, go here, go here, and then go back around only to go over to here. We could put some housing. We could, I can't do anything here. I know. That is really curious, isn't it? He's just enjoying a swim. Yeah, I think you're right. And see, he's there now. So what he's going to do is he's going to teleport into his building. It would be fun if we could make it look like he was actually, you know, there was an actual entrance there that he could be going to. Can I run? No, this is too close. Wow. And this end right here, this could run this way. This is all these different things. If there's no sharks in the area, no, there are no sharks because this is Tana. And Tana is mermaids, and so this area unfortunately does not have sharks. And I say unfortunately because sharks can be interesting, but there aren't any in this area because we are making this area safe. And there he is, he's gone. Okay, so now he's in the building, safe and sound, and that's good, and he's going to do his job. I do want to put it over here. So this is the apartment building right here, and this is where this was coming out right here, and we have this. Let's look here and see this area right here is where we were thinking we were going to put the clinic inside this piece right here after these two buildings are done. And he could probably work on that too. Look at this, guys. I think that we could actually, right off of this, put an actual underwater base builder right here. And yes, make him the fisherman. He certainly wants to spend time in the water. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Villager. Here, let me look at the, which one did you want to look at? You wanted to look at urban birch. Yeah, urban birch a lot of times is really compact. There it is. Let me get this. Let me come here. Is really compact, but in the builder, they remodeled it. And it is quite big. And let's find it. That's Desert Oasis. And there's those guys. Caledonia, of course. And where are you, Urban Birch? I passed it, didn't I? Yes, I did. Nordic spruce. We know what Nordic looks like. Nordic's impossible for here, unfortunately. Medieval birch. Stalactite. Arcology. We looked at fortress. Were you up here all along? Wait a second. Urban savanna. Medieval birch. Crimson. Nordic. Help me, people. There it is. Wow, I totally missed it. Totally. Okay. Here. Oh, let me go back. I totally missed it. But now I think it's got this big tree. And that's the thing. There it is. All right. So let's go to fundamentals. Let's go to the builder shop, level 5, and let's raise it up off the ground for a minute. Sometimes Nordic spruce doesn't look, only the roof looks Nordic. John has done a lot of work on Nordic recently, and it's changed. So see, it's beautiful. It is perfectly compact, except for this. It has this outside extra building, and they are going to want to pass between this building. And so this would either have to be built completely into the rock, or it would have to, or we'd have to build it out, or we couldn't build it, because they'd want to swim to it. This is a complete remodel of this, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking really nice. This is maybe even the third remodel of this, because see, now it has all this down underneath here. It never had this. So that is a complete remodel of that building, which is kind of cool. Looks good. It's a beautiful building on the outside. Yes, it has. It's changed immensely. And that's it. They actually remodeled Urban Birch, and they're working now on remodeling the classic Minecraft. And so, yes. So I kind of knew that. I had watched them do some of the remodeling of that. And so I knew that that wasn't going to work, but I don't think we have to worry. I think we actually can put in the underwater base and connect it right here. This is the thing, the university right here and this right here, which would mean that it would probably be over a little bit more in this area. I'm going to touch down for a minute. Let's touch something. And let's go to underwater base, fundamentals. Let's switch fundamentals, builder shop, level 5, and let me get out of here and see how it overlaps. So I'm looking at, see those buildings are lit up there? So let me move this building over here, and let's move it out this way. And let's see. So the restaurant, it's not in conflict with the restaurant if it's here. Let me look at the university. It looks like it's overlapping the university right here, and this is what I need to look at. Let's see. It absolutely is overlapping the university by a big amount. That's 2 or 3 block overlap. That's too much. And over here, let me see on this side if it is right up against this. No, there's not enough room. See that right there? That is, I think, line by line on this side, and it's still overlapping the university building right there. We can see them intersecting. And even though, if I go in here, see, technically they're not intersecting. Technically they're not. They'll destroy each other trying to build each other. I would have to, one of them would have to be built completely, and then in order for the other one to be built. And then when it was built, it would take apart this part of the building while it was building. And so that's the problem. That's why we can't do it. Shoot! It just about fits there. Just about fits in that spot. But even with it fitting in this spot, look what we would have to do. We'd have to push this a little bit this way because this doesn't match. So we would have to have a little, like a little bend in the road to make that match. And that is what we would have to do. Drapa. Let's see here. And this is sort of the things that I keep running into, and it's just me. So what most people do, is that they spec out a house in city in Creative, so they know where all the pieces are going to be and how they're going to fit together, and it's all, you know, nice and neat, and it looks perfect and it works perfectly. The only problem with that is it's not real. That doesn't usually happen in cities and towns. Usually you have buildings or somebody picks a spot or something happens and people start moving in, and then you have this. You have where you want to fit a building in and there's no place to fit it. And that is what we're looking at. So what I think I'm going to do with this is I think I'm going to make a corner here and go over here, except I'm looking at the restaurant. The restaurant is sort of in halfway through this rock. All right, yeah. The only thing that I think I can do is put it, put something. I can't. I can't. I can't. Grr. And I've been coming up against a bunch of those, and so I just have to get myself figured out here. Is this big enough for an Arcology? Let me look at this. Arcology is pretty narrow. Let's switch. Let's go to Arcology. Let's go to the Builder Shop Fundamental. And this is the reason for Arcology, I believe, level 5. The reason for Arcology is when you have already builders, when you already have, and you just need to add like one more or something like that. So see where this is? That's it right there. If we put it here so that it's not in conflict with the restaurant, it's going to stick out this much. So this much of it would be outside. And what I would want to do is probably have it go this way. So sometimes this works, but if they're going to want to stand right here, which I know they do, if they're going to want to do something like this, it's going to be problematic all the time, because they're going to want to use all four sides of this, and that ain't gonna work. So let's forget this site. This site is for something else. Maybe even some more housing. Maybe we should be putting a second tower right here next to this restaurant for apartments. These small apartments here are actually pretty good. Let's come over here and let's go in. Are actually pretty good, and if they're located near, let's see, if they're located near a piece of rock, we can extend them, and that's the thing. Someone have an idea about what's supposed to be the male default teacher's hat? I never understood what this is supposed to be. Let me look for a minute. So in academia, they have these weird hats, and they're from medieval times, from the guilds. It's almost like what they have is a guild hat from medieval guilds, and they've kept those. Universities have kept those hats, and that's why they have all of those things that they put around their neck, all those sort of shawls and things. But the hats are specific to certain types of guild members. And that is the closest I can come to speculating on that, is that I do know that they are some really strange looking hats from time to time, and it's really curious. So see this right here? This is a university. Right there is the university out that window. And right here, we can see the university right there. And then this is this extension hall here. And I'm not going to be able to do anything with that in that direction. So I think I've completely exhausted the fact that we can't do anything in that direction. Remember that this is a narrow piece. There's a narrow piece right in here that isn't being used. Let's see how big this is in comparison to this. So let's put this down. Let's do Arcology. Let's do a builder shop. Let's do a level 5, and let's move it in to this wall. So there it is. That's where it would be in this square right here. We could actually make it a square right at this corner if we wanted to. Bring it all the way to this corner like this and have it be a square right there. So what is it in conflict with? Let's find out. Let's go outside and see if there's a conflict, and then let's see if there's enough rock there and see. Yeah, but that's part of what's going on. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at it sitting right here. So this part, all the parts that need to be covered are actually covered. Oh, that works. In that corner, look what we just found. We can actually put it right in this corner, especially in this corner, because all of these parts are closed. Remember, all of this is open on an Arcology building, and all of them are in the rock. This is excellent. Yay. And this is what happens. Yes, this is what happens when you're building sort of in the real world. You actually have to find things that actually fit in places. And so we have this fitting here. Now, I know that they like to be next to this this piece right here, the hut block. So I want to try and put it in so the hut block is in this hallway. It'll mean that more than likely they'll be standing in this hallway instead of standing behind something. And I think I definitely want that. And then this is the hut block right here. So let's dig this right here. So see that? There's the hut block. And there, that's where the stairs are going to be, right in this area here. And let me see what I am digging into. I'm not digging into anything. It scared me a little bit when I saw that orange wall. It's like, where is this apartment? But it's way over there. It's nowhere near this. And this would give us this right here. And when we do this, we can change it back. Just cover with some sand and done. Yes, exactly. And in a way, we might not even need to cover it. We'll see what happens. It'll just be a plane. We have all those planes in this area, all those surface things that are coming to the surface. But I think I definitely like this. And I think that, let me look and see who I have. I think Jania isn't working on anything. She isn't. So we're going to have a builder build this. And here we go. We don't need to construct it. All we need to do is assign a builder, and she's going to come and she's going to dig out the whole thing. Now, there might be some flooding in the beginning.
I can help you
I
with
didn't
that.
think about that. There might be some flooding in the beginning. We'll see what happens.
I can help you with that.
Let's have Jania start working on this. So Jania has this building already, so it's perfect that she is building it because she's already has this building. When this building is done, it's not going to be made out of the stone that it is made out of because it's Arcology. We're actually going to put back the stone that is here, this windswept sandstone. It's going to be made out of windswept sandstone when the time comes. The chair you hear is Vincentius. Yes, it is. It actually is Vincentius Primus. He is awake. And there is Freya. And so since Jania is going to be working on this builder, it's not her shop, but she is not living with anyone. Let me see where she does not have a family yet. And so we're going to move her into one of the housing right here. We could move her. I don't think there's any room left in here. In this housing right here. Let's look. Yeah, this is 5 of 5 and everybody, we've got lots of people living here. And yeah, I'm thinking, you know something? Ermius is here. I think I'm going to have Ermius. No, Ermius needs to be here. It's Ryland who needs to be here. I'm going to have Roland move into one of the other housing. Let's manage this for a minute. Let's unassign Roland and let's find Ryland and let's assign Ryland to here. That'll keep him from doing the thing. Vincentius, Zaf is saying hi. Zaf is saying Yasu. He's saying hi to you.
I say hi right back.
And Mr. Villager is saying hi, and he says, "We love you, buddy."
Right back at you.
And I don't know whether you heard him, but he said, "Right back at you." And he said hi. So he hugged you. And so now Ryland lives here, and we're going to put Roland across the hall. Across the corridor, I should say, not this hall, across this corridor in this housing right here. Roland is also single right now. He doesn't have a family. And so we're going to put him here. Manage. Bless you. and we'll put him here. All right. So Jorny lives here, but she's not doing that thing that Rylan was doing. And and Asher actually lives here. We'll see if he's doing. Let's have an Asher. Let's unassign Asher, and let's unassign Jorny from here. I'm going to put for instance, Melina can be assigned here. Let me put Case here. Wait, don't put Case here. He has a family. Let's put, we could put Atticus. Nope. I need one more person. Oh, Kiyoshi. I can assign Kiyoshi here. So I'm going to assign them, and then I'm going to move the farmers into this house so that they have to come through the hall. And let's go here. Oh, and she's looking. And let's come to here. Now we have two houses. Yes, so Asher and who's the rancher, and Jorny, who's the chicken farmer. They can be here. And then Ermias is here. So all the farmers are in this house right here. And how many do we have? 1, 2, Asher, Ermias, Rylan, Jorny, and I think that's all. Is that? I only have 4 now. Interesting. Okay, who doesn't have a house? Is someone not? Everyone's settled. So let's put Jania here. Manage housing. We're going to move Jania to here because she's working on that building. I know it means that she has to go back to her own. I think I might actually make this her building, her workshop. I know I always want to do that. I want to do that every time. Let's do this for a second. And do we want to make it that Jania is working out of this builder's shop? It would make it easier for her, but it also reduces her in status. And let's see, because she'll just be a number 1 builder. But because of the way this building is, I think it's going to be okay.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. All right, now let's go out because I have a feeling we're going to find Jania outside digging this building out. And let's check and see. This is the thing right here, and this is absolutely sand, and it's going to collapse in. So what I think I'm going to do to protect the builder right now is we're going to put a sand outside of this, and we can change it later, but we're going to make this square right here all sand right here, so that when she starts building this out, it doesn't fill with water, because that's what it's going to do. There we go. And so let's come to this one and this one here and this. So see, I'm building it beyond the border, the construction border, so that I don't have to worry about them taking this part away. They're not going to take this part of the island away. And there's an island here anyway. So all we're going to do, and you're right, all we're going to do is cover this. And I believe we may be able to cover it just with the sand. So see these islands here, it's going to look like this. When we get done, we can make it look like this. So you won't be able to tell that building is underneath, and that'll be good. So now let's take a sponge and let's sponge this out. Spongy. There's my spongies. So let's put a sponge right here. There we go. And a sponge right here. And that did remove the water from these parts. So now this is protected and she's not going to have any problem building that. So let me look here for a minute. Let's go see what she needs in order to build that. And that is going to mean that Jania is going to be assigned over here to building. That is ultimately going to be her shop. And I think she's going to like it, actually. She likes the one above the ground. This is her shop over here. And we'll probably give that shop to one of the kids. When we have a second group of kids, we're not going to have them right just yet. I would like to have some things still be done. Everly, what are you doing? You're looking at that rock? Why are you looking at it? Are you trying to say something about it? That is interesting, Everly. I see it. So this rock right here, I don't think it's big enough. Oh, interesting. And then this rock right here, where this is. So see, we have these two pieces. Let me look at something for a minute. Didn't we look at the Arcology hospital and it wasn't the same little they didn't make a little hospital, I think. Or it was a little hospital and I didn't like it at the time. But what if I like it now because it'll fit in those places? Let's look here. Let's go to here. Let's look at hospital. Let's look at a level 5. And let's raise it up off the block for a minute so that I don't have any interference. Look what Everly is saying. That we could have this be in the rock right there and just make this as a clinic. And what I would probably do with this is take advantage. So it's interesting. Mixasa was saying that Arcology is too simple and makes it really easy for someone to build, and it's true. But we used to have Cavern, used to be this size. It used to be like this, very, very, very tiny. And there are some things that we could do. Since this is only a clinic, we're not depending on this to be a hospital. We can take out this chest. We can take out these. We can put maybe curtains between or something in this area and give them a little bit more privacy, maybe, and maybe not, because it's a clinic. And she's not going to have, the doctor is not going to have that many. So let's look at this and see where we want to put it, because we need a clinic in the tourist area right here. And that's what we were talking about. And I think that what she was looking at is that we might be able to put it in one of these rocks. So here's this rock here, and let's look and see what size it is in comparison to this. And we are lucky. We are listening to Vincentius Primus. He is just noodling on his guitar. And yeah, let's look here. Let's go to here. Yes, maybe for curtains could be banners. I agree. So let's do this for a minute. Level 5. And let's see how big this is in this area that we're looking at right here. So if we, see, it's a definite square. It's a pretty good size square. And it's not going to fit in this area here, unless we fit it down here. Let me look at something. Let's move this way. Let's bring this, let's turn this. I'm trying to get that piece to move, but it's not going to move. Okay, fine. Let's see how far down we can bring it into this part before we hit that house. So there's that house. There is the Covenstead right there. That is interesting. Let's push this in for a minute. Look at, I know it's in the stairwell. I'm looking at this other side over here. Let's bring it all the way over. And let's see if we can sit it on top of the Covenstead right here. We could actually sit it here. There's nothing in this space. See this space right here? So how would they get to it? That's a good question. But it does fit right there. Look. Isn't that interesting? All right, so let's go in for a minute. I want to see what I'm looking at. Let's go over here. And let's go here. Let's first of all, let's look down. This is this the lowest part of this building? Let me see. This is the lowest part of this building. This building doesn't go down any farther. And see, it's sitting right there. You can see the red for the place. Will stay nice. Yeah, I think you're right. Now I just have to find out how they get to it. So if it's here, hello Solomon. If it's here, what's here? So let's look at the stairwell for a second. And let's see. So the stairwell is here. Let's make sure we don't have it peeking out someplace. I don't think we're going to because it's actually on top of this. It's sitting right here. Oh, that's interesting. But this doesn't do the tourist any good. That's still putting it in this area, and I know we're doing it again, but I don't see. I would need it to connect somehow to this hallway, that they could come from somewhere here and reach it. And so see this part right here? See this right here where there's nothing? Right in this section right here? What level is this? This is 53. Let me see what happens if we go and raise that to 53 for a second. Let's see if we can put something there. So what we're talking about is right here, this right here, to have it be right here at this level. I think it can't be. I think it's up higher than that. Yes, it is. It's up a whole building higher than that. Yep. Nope. Nope. I know it fits there so perfectly, and it doesn't do us any good. The hospital's right here. So, but it's not right here for the tourists. This is far away. And yes, we were going to use an ambulance, but we need a clinic for the ambulance to go to. So in other words, if someone got sick in this tourist hall, in this hallway here, what we need is to be able to bring a hospital submarine to a clinic and have them be evac'd to the hospital if they need additional attention. And that's what we're looking at. And that's why we're going to end up putting it where we said we were, which is in between these two areas down here. We're just going to have to put it there. right in between this right here. We're going to put it in the rock right back there. And I think that's all that we can do. I thought maybe I found another place that I could put it, but I haven't. I thought that there was enough room in this rock, but this house is here and it rises up, and the Covenstead is right behind this. So see, I'll show you. So let's move this forward. And there it is. So see that building moving in the hallway? That's where we were putting it. Let's bring it over right here. So now it's not in the hallway. And let's bring it down to here. And now it's matching. It's perfect right here. There's just one problem. It is completely in the water. So the thing that would have to happen if I did that is I'd have to build it. And you're right. I'd have to build it, put pillars on it. But let's look here and see. Okay, so it's in the, see, it's in the house right there. So if we built it, would it have to be built up from there? Yes, it would. So how far up? And there's our problem, always. So let's raise this up for a second. Nope, it won't fit. It won't fit because the house is here. And even though right now it's above, technically above the house, I can put it here. I can put it right here like this. Oops. I'd have to raise it up one more. See that corner there? That's just a corner of the house. And then it would be sitting here like this. So we raised it up. So it's only up one right here. That actually might work. And then this is here. I would need this to, God, it's turning around, but that isn't moving. That is most interesting. So notice that the building's moving, but that table is staying in that one spot right there. So that table isn't going to move. And I was trying to see if I could put that table in a different location, but I can't. So you want to see what's going to happen here? These buildings are complete. So they're not going to be affected. We don't have to worry about these two. It's going to take a chunk out of this building right here, and we can put that chunk back. And then it's going to be completely open in the ocean, and we are going to have to make a hallway that goes from here, this right here, right to here. And you see what's going to happen with this hallway. So do we want to make this wall? Ooh, now that would be pretty intense. So if I do that, this hallway is going to flood for a minute or two. It is still in the same location. It is not in this house right here. They still have their view, which is kind of cool, and it's not interfering with that. This is crazy, but I think we're going to do it. Now, when we do this, what time of day is it? It's daytime. I'm going to try doing this at night because I need only the guards to be moving around. Because see this right here? It's going to open up this wall and it's going to flood, but it's not going to flood that much. Let's build it. If you build it, they will come. We're going to build it. And let me just make sure that I've considered everything. And then I'll have to be prepared super quickly to block this in. And we can block this part in with white so that no one's looking in the hospital. So we'll block this whole area in with white. So see how we have our people walking back and forth here? So I'm going to wait for a minute. I'm going to leave it placed. Yes, some pillars under it. and it'll look like it belongs there, and then we'll redo it with concrete. We're going to put concrete in to the wall areas so that they will not be open. We can actually put glass in, maybe a couple of them, and then we also have to put in a walkway right here, which is not going to be a problem, and we can do that. So let me go look at Jania for a minute and see how she's doing and what she needs to build this, what she's waiting on. She's not waiting on anything. Let's go over to the site and see what it looks like. So remember, she's going to dig this out, and there's lots of sand. And so let's see how the digging is going over here. No work is being done. Didn't I assign her? Let's look here and let's see what's happening. Did I not actually assign the builder? I might not have. I might have thought about it and not assigned her. So let's go here. I did not. Jania, build the building. All right. So I'm glad I looked at that. I hadn't actually started her building. So what Jania had been working on was level 3 of this, and this is done now. I think it's a level 3. Yes, this is a level 3 of this one. I believe that this is a level 4 because it has, let me check for this for a minute and see if this is level 4 of this. Yes, so these are all the things that she's going to be working on. Where did he come? Oh, I know what he did. Yeah. Okay, and that's one of the things that we want to look at. Our farmers are going to come around. Here they come. And this is what we wanted. We wanted our farmers to use the hall, and so now they are using the hallway to get to the building. And that's what we wanted to make sure of. And that part. Now, quickly, let's get out of here and let's build, because it's nighttime. They just went home. It's 10 o'clock at night. Whoops, wrong one. Read the signs. I'm not reading the signs. And let's come up here. Let's go over to where we were. And it says Jania started working. Wait, is it 10 o'clock in the daytime? Oh, shoot. I missed the night, didn't I? I did. I missed the night. Wait, no. Oh, the farmers are coming home because it's raining. That's what happened. So she is starting to work on that. But since the farmers went home because it's raining, how many people down here went home? I think we're good. I think I'm going to do it. Get ready. Let me get some of this block right here. Let me get a piece of this and get so that we can get ready. Ready? We're going to do this. They won't be able to use it. And let's make it a level 5 because we have to build it. And let's construct it. And there it is. All right. So look at that. It's not leaking. Yay! So it didn't leak into the stairwell, which is good. And let us do this. And so now let's fix these walls first. So all of this right here has to be fixed. We're not going to have a window on this side. So all of this part is not going to be here. So let's take these two out and put this across. And these here, these ones right here can come here. And let's put this, oh, and right there and here. All right, so that's the hallway. Let's put this piece here. And so we have that. So what's missing from this hallway? Let me look and see. The glass starts on this side of this one. Let's not do anything. when we put in the hallway here, let's see where the glass comes to on that part. So the water you hear is partly rain and partly this building. So let's come down. So there it is. Let's go into, don't we have another, nah, let's do it this way. I just want to see the corner of that for a minute and see if it shows. It shouldn't show because it's a corner, and that's what we're going to check on right now. So in the top, somewhere right here, is that corner, and it doesn't show in this building, and that's what I wanted to see. What do you need? You need concrete. You do? Why aren't you getting any? Oh, I wonder if there's no sand left. Let's look and see. She needs a lot of stuff. She's doing the shop, but she should be getting the concrete, and she should be getting the flowers and the other things that can be done. Let's come down here for a second before we start working on that other piece. Let's see if there's any sand, and let's see if there's any gravel. So let's come here. Let's look here and let's look for sand. We have 9. That's not enough. That's under 1,000. It is some, but it's not a lot. Gravel. And we're low on both of those. So that's one of the things. We do have a crusher, and we have a ton of stone. Let's go look at our crusher for a minute. Where are you going, Max? He was like, oh, I forgot where I was going. Let's come over here to the crusher, and let's see what the crusher can make. Everly is waiting for Nyla to come up, and here's our crusher right here. Yes. And let's come down here and see what it says. So let's look at the settings. That's to get bone meal. We were setting it to get bone meal. Sand is gravel and sand, and clay is clay and sand, and gravel is cobblestone to gravel. Okay, so 2 cobblestone makes 1 gravel. 1 clay, of course, makes 4. The bone meal, they'll grind the bones. They'll grind those. They'll make sand out of gravel. But what we need is this. So we're going to set him to make gravel. We can get sand. Custom recipes. And there they are. And we will put in an order for gravel so that the concrete mixer can have gravel. And we'll do that. So she's not there. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got our string. The string is gone from here. Inventory. Yahoo! We got the string, which means we can make a crusher. And I think I'm going to work on that right away. Let's put in for gravel. Let's put in a request. Let's put in a request for, so gravel to gravel. Nah, see, they're going to pull it out of the warehouse. And what I really need, let's cancel that. What I really need is for them to make it. So we'll leave it. We'll have the concrete mixer ask for gravel. So let's go down to the concrete mixer for a minute. And let's look. The concrete mixer is down this hall. And through here. And up here. This might be where the clinic should be. Nah. Let's look here. Okay. So the concrete mixer is not here. And let me look at the settings, tasks. Eventually, I guess you'll be able to ask them to do stuff. It's not making any concrete, and there should be a request from the builder. Oh, and he does. See, he has sand and gravel in order to make, and some extra bowls. So that means that it's just a matter of getting the builder request to him. And that's an interesting thing. Why is he not getting the request? This is Leighton. And what time of day is it? It is, it's too late now. That's 7 o'clock at night. So we will come back. We'll come back to this. So in the meantime, while it's late and the university is not open, we're going to go to the new clinic, and we're going to close it in, and then we're going to set up a stair or a walkway to it. So let's start. It's still raining. I might want to go ahead and is it? Oh, it stopped. Yay, good. Okay, so here we are. So here's this. And so right now what I need is to close this in. The stone in this area, let's go ahead and do concrete. We know that the hospital is orange. I'm going to close it in a little bit more than it is on that side, because I want to be able to put something in these spaces right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this part all the way up. Right here, we're going to take that out, and put this right here. So it's coming up right on top of this, all the way up to here and across. And let's just do that for a minute. I don't think we need this. Let's leave that off for a second. And then we're going to bring this whole piece over. And I want to bring it over on the outside because I'm going to add just a little bit of space probably to some of those areas. And I don't want it flooding every single time. It's probably going to, but we'll try and see what we can do about that. So we're going to concrete this whole area in. So the Murr builders are building this clinic. That is what the story is. That this is not being built by the land settlers who are here, the land people who are here. This is actually being built by the Murr. In this part, yep, you're going to lose part of your view right there. But we need to close all of this in. Can I reach it? I can't reach it. There we go. Oops. And from here, right there, bring that down. Yeah, definitely need this part right here. So close all of this in right here. And I'm going to go inside so that I can sponge it out. So this here, and let us, this is going to be a little hard to see for a minute, but let's close this part right here. Where did I put anything down? I did not. Let's close this one right here. Bonk. And there goes some of the water. Let's close this side right here. You can see that part right there. Okay, close that. And then we have this. So on this side, I need this to come to fill in this space right here. I need all of this filled in right in this spot, because this is not going to be a window. So we can fill this part in here. And let's do that. what you're looking at, the people that you're seeing are actually the people who are sleeping in Malaya's house. That's Malaya probably asking for concrete still, and just being a little frustrated that Leighton is not coming to her aid as fast as she thinks he should be. And so that is something we'll have to look at. And there we go. Okay, so we have, this is going to be interesting. We're actually going to put a hallway here, and there's a stairwell right here. So this is going to be curious in regards to how this is going to work out. But that's what we want to do. So let's start with the hallway, and then we can get the rest of this. So this is what it looks like so far. What we got. This is open. Underneath the stairs. It's open there. All right, so let's come down here and come out. I'm going to close this part in right here. What do I have? What is that? I think that's a half. So I'm going to take it away, and we'll close this whole section in right where the stairs are. Right here. And I know I'm on the outside. Let's put this in and this. I'll have to see upstairs what's happening. And then we'll just close in this part of the block right here. And I think that that will give us this and this. Did you see that? I saw that. Let's take this away and put that in. All right. So there it is. Yes, it does need a pillar under here for it to be connected to. And that pillar is probably going to be here. But right now, let's find out where this is going to be. This walkway here. And that will be... Oh, salut, hello. How are you, Mixasa? Como ça va? Mixasa, everyone. And welcome. So this part right here, let's see what happens if we put in a hallway. I'm going to match the hallway to this part and actually match the hallway to the down part right here. Let's match it to the down and then have them step up into this part, because that part is all for fun. So we're putting in a clinic and for the tourists, and I need it to be in the tourist area. So the hospital is all the way over here, but for a tourist, the hospital's far actually. They have to go down the stairs and down the hall, and it's pretty far. If they're doing things in this area, which they are, this is much closer. This is the shopping center where they come and eat, where they're shopping. And so we are putting in a clinic right here. So if there was a problem and a submarine needed to come in and evac someone out, that's the thing that we're going to figure out, where the submarine would land and how that would happen. But right now we need to put in an actual hallway right there to connect the buildings. So it's right here. So we're using the Arcology. Remember, we looked at it before and I didn't like it. But it is the only thing I think is going to fit in an area here. And so that's why we're putting it in this spot. Oh, that's why that's doing that. I'm going to have to indent this piece here. And I might not be able to. I see that. I'm not sponging it out because I have to put a hallway in. And that's what we're looking at and we're going to do right now. So let's go to this. Let's touch here. Let's switch. Let's go to underwater base. There we go. Yay. Okay. Fundamentals, infrastructure, corridors, and we kind of do want this to be glass. We're going to have it be glass. So this is going to be interesting. Did I make it go away? I bet I did. I did, didn't I? Oh, no. I know where it is. Okay. Let's X. Let's do that again. It's someplace else. So let's do fundamentals, infrastructure, corridors, glass. I didn't pick. That's what happened. Let's do this. Let's do a level 3, and let's rise up. And there is the little spot where we want to put it is right here.
Work.
And it's all the way down there, and we're going to have it rise up so that the floor actually matches this hallway, not that one. So we're going to bring it down 1 to match this hallway here. So here's our thing, Houston. So we've got this building here. We don't have to worry about that. This is the hospital here, so we don't have to worry about it. The clinic. I'm going to... I'll wait until it's built and I'll fix that. And then it is extending into this hallway, which is why we were trying to do this at night. This is going to be interesting right here. I think it's going to leak. I think it's actually going to leak, and then it is coming right to this part right here. Okay, so are we ready? Let me go inside and do it because I want to be ready to fix that stairwell because it's going to leak. And so we're going to go up here. Let's go here. Let's go down these stairs, and we can see it right here. So right here is where we're putting that. So see this part right here? This is all going to disappear and be replaced. And that's what we're going to look at, how that's going to look. It might just fit and not leak. So shall we try it? Shall we try it? So we have a level 3. It's at the spot that we want it to be at. And we're going to construct. And sure enough, it is flooding. Okay, so I need concrete. Actually, let's do glass. Let's quickly do this and see. It's this that's leaking right here. That's because there's water in those rocks. So that's why it's leaking right there. And we've got that. I put that there. And then let me see what I've got. And I think I got all the places. And that's good. And then we have that. And then when I open this, it's going to leak. But I need to do that. Is anything going to wash away in this area? Those tabletops might wash away. Let's see how much. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's come through and let's close this for a minute so that I can fix this right here. Did I make it solid? I bet I didn't, huh? Dun, da, da, da. All right. So now I need sponges. Lots of spongies. Here's my spongies. And let's put one down. There we go. Okay. So there's one piece here somewhere that still doesn't have anything in it. And let's see where that is. There it is. So let's take this part right here. And let's stone these pieces completely. Let's move that. Let's move that. And let's move these away right here and have them be what they're supposed to be. Right there and there. And there we go. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So now that that's done, let's open this. So it took away this part right here. We're actually going to put this part back. Let's put because we actually need to make some sort of thing that this is the clinic. I think I'm going to take this part here. Ooh, that's bad. Let's put that in. Let's put this in underneath. Is there no underneath? No, there isn't. I'll have to go and look at that later and see what that is. So if we put that there, and we're going to put a slab, and I think we have slabs right here, just for now, until we put this right here. So here it is. So in order to put this in this spot, Mixasa, you can turn this building around and this stays right where it is. So in order to put it in this spot, that's where that was going to be. So now it's leaking, and we're going to go up on top and fix that. And so no one's going to get hurt here. I'm going to take these away. We're going to change the walls out and make them concrete. All of this is going to go away. I'm not sure they can use these yet in any version of Minecolonies, that they can use those chests yet. They will eventually be able to, but I don't think they can right now. I can make these white, and I can make these something else, and that's what I'm going to look at. Yay. So that is what we're putting in. So we wanted it to be in this. This is where the tourists are. So there is a restaurant. This is the clinic right here. This is the bakery right here. And down this hallway are the shops. This is the emergency airlock. And this is the florist. This is the dye shop here, which is the clothing store in Underwater Base. And there's Bryn. This is only a level 2, I think. And we need to actually bring this up. And then this is the Fletcher Retail, which is where Aria is. Not Alia, Aria is here. And let's look. So this is the tourist hall. And let me see. Yes, I'm going to change it into concrete as soon as we have a little time. Why are you leaking here? Oh, you're not leaking. I see it. It's spores from the flower shop. Those are spores in the hallway from the flower shop. So there is Max. Max is actually working on the restaurant. He is up. He's building it up. And we thought we were going to put the clinic in a hallway in between these two buildings, but we're not going to now because this actually worked out much better. We thought we were going to put the ink in there, and we're not actually. Yeah, they don't use those. So let me look and see. Yes. So yes. So now I just have to make this look like Underwater Base, which is what I'm going to do as soon as I get some things done here. It's a shame that there isn't anything that we can put here. I think we're just going to make this into a decoration behind this block, since this hallway is here. We maybe can put one of the flower things like we have in the other hallways in this section right here. So those are some of the things that we're looking at. And guess what? We don't need this anymore right here, because this is actually this part. Are you going to open up if I do this? Let's remove that, and there we are. So this is the hall, and let's take these pieces. I'm going to put this here and here, and now we need red for this area, and I see that right there. So these parts are also going to be fixed. All of this is going to all be concrete to match the rest of the place. I think I'll try and leave some of the architecture for this, and I know it's leaking. I'll go and fix it on top, but I think I'm going to leave the architecture for this. So here is this. Let's come here. Right here, we're just going to put one of these. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Walter. We're going to put these because these are going to be the hospital notifications for this part, and we'll get a piece that matches. Is there anything under here? No, of course not. Let's put in this. Let's put the sponge away. Let's get a red top. Let's put this away for a sec. Let's get a red top. Let me see if I can put this somewhere. Yeah. So I'll have to go underground and see what that mess looks like right there. And but right here, we are going to bring this out the full way. We should have some sort of notification right here that there is a clinic. So we are going to put a piece right there to show that a clinic is down there. See, you can see. So that tells them that there is a hospital. There is a hospital down here if they need, and we've got that. Now, the interesting thing about this is going to be very curious. I want to see what we can do. We don't have, there we go. We don't have a guard in this area, but we don't really need one because we have the town hall guard. So we don't need that. Was sure that orange and yellow lines will stay, put yellow on top and orange on the lower line. You're suggesting for the hospital? Yeah. So I've been using red as an indicator that there is some sort of services, emergency services, in places. So guard towers, airlocks, and the clinic. And even though the clinic is actually orange, and that this will actually be orange as a part of the clinic area, and we can put in this orange color because the hospital's orange too in that part. So that is going to be something. However, right here, this and this, should I go ahead and put in, should I take this away right here? What do you think? Would you take this away? Would you take this away and have this stairwell be open here, or have it just be glass right here? We could bring this whole piece back. I'm going to do that. Let's bring this back right here. We're not going to have this. This is going to be a little bit more of a plaza sort of area right here. Let's fix this for a second. We're going to put this here. So right here at the end of the steps, this is where this is going to be. Let's get, how many pieces of this do I have? Let me get a piece of this. I need a piece here and here. And let's put right here, oops, and right here. Let's put a piece right here of that. Okay. And then we'll see what we do on the other side of this. And then under here, I'm going to have to take this part and, yeah, I know, but I don't think it's going to look right unless we actually fill this part in with this. And I see what's going to happen here. This doesn't look okay. So we could actually just go ahead and take this part here that's going to flood, and let me see if I can get myself to stay here just for a minute and put a block right there. Can I get it? Yeah, there we go. It's just hard because the water. And let's do that. On the outside, I'm going to have to do all sorts of stuff when I get to this. Quickly, right there. Oops, I didn't get to it in time. Shoot. Just that little delay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And there's that. All right, so this is the stairwell right here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and have this be glass right in this part right here. It almost looks like, I don't know, Mixasa. I think I might want it to do this. To right in this spot right here, just follow this part right there, at least to there. And this pole, yeah, this one's like this, and I know we're going to have to fix this now because this is leaking right here, but we can fix this easily because this part can just have this on it. And this, I see it, it's going to leak through because of the water there. We're going to bring that up. So let's go outside for a minute and put some things in. And then we'll work on the inside of this. Let's see what this is. Is there anything? Aha. There's something right there. And so that means right here also. This part, and this is the part that we put in. So if we put something here, it's actually going to be like cabinetry or something in this area right there for the doctor, and we'll have that. And in this area, we're probably going to have a little bit of the same problem, but this at least is indented right here. Let's put this here. I'm not going to like, I don't think I have the room. I'll have to go to the other side of this. Let's do it now. So see, this is right here. I'm going to leave that for a minute because I want to see what that looks like on the outside. So everybody's okay. Nobody's going to drown. And let's come under here. So we know where this is because that's the hallway to the cafe and the bakery, the patisserie and the bakery. And so there's the hole that we made. And this is what I wanted to see. So there's plenty of room here. So we're going to put an additional, because this wall is here, this will allow us to put this in right in this spot right here and close this part up. And the reason I want to do this is so that we can add stuff to this hospital wall right there. Because I don't like it, what's happening to the bed design piece. So let's put this in. And so now we can take out some of that stone that's right in that part. So there's that. Let's look here. I'm okay with this part. Max is working on the restaurant, and that's why there's construction tape there. This right here is one of the things that we were looking at. We don't need those. Those aren't leaking. This is leaking. So all of this area right here, let's see how I can just cover it. But the question is, do I want to cover it with stone? Should I just cover it with stone? What do you think? Because look at that. That's working. And that'll be fine. I want them to be able to see out here. And where is my other glass? Did it go away? I think it might have. Let me see. Oh no, here it is, light stained. Let's take this. Yeah, let's put this back. Let's do the line. So see, we have a line there. Let's do that line right here on this part so that they can see out, because there actually is a view right in this spot. So, oops, it didn't go. There we go. So 2 and 3 and 4. Now this is the part that we're talking about. This part right here, where this doesn't need to be here. So let's take this out since we have that piece right there. Is that a double?
Good day to you.
It sure is. Okay, and let's just go ahead and put this piece of glass in. Let's put this piece of glass in. I don't have a piece of it. I made it go away. Let's put up this glass here. Let's put glass right here for right now until I see what I want to do on that other part. Let's cover this in keeping with this area. There isn't a hallway there. And so that's what that looks like right now on that part. So, what was that at the back of the residence? Let's see. At the back of the residence right here. That's the hospital. Let's see here. I need to put this right here. Let's close that part in. This is the hospital sitting right on, the clinic sitting right on top of this residence right here. Right in this spot here, this is where I was throwing all that stone in, and there was nothing. Now I could, see this right here? I could dig this out and give them a little bit of a view right in this part right here. This is the builder's shop or the residence. I forget. I think this is the residence. So right now it's up against this, and they see this. This is the part where, let's just do this for now so that it looks like this is holding this building up right here. And we have that. So we've got this little square area here where there isn't anything. This was actually this side here of the stairwell. I don't want to close that in yet. And I think you saw something moving at the back of the residence. Oh, it was probably something moving at the back of the residence. What would that have been? It might have been fish. It might have been fish because there are fish, unless you were talking about on the inside of the residence. And then what time of day is it? It's 9. There shouldn't be anyone home. I wonder what it was. What's this?
Work.
Ah, okay. I know what that is. Okay. That's the chimney. And we do have some copper in that area. And then this is stair. That's the chimney on this is actually the restaurant. Because remember what this is? This is actually, yeah, so we did that for that one. Maybe we'll do that for this one. We actually covered that other building with that. We could cover this with garden. It's actually visible from some of these places. We could put garden up there. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, you saw the chimney. That's what, and it does look weird, but yeah, it's the chimney, and this is actually the restaurant. These are the two buildings of the restaurant, and that is the chimney. And then this is Jerome's house, this building right here. It is a cavern style home. And remember, we put in this big beautiful window right here. There isn't need for a window here. This should be the kitchen. It is. And then we have this area where we have the guard tower, which is right here. That's looking out in this area. And we did say that we were going to bring this gravel maybe down in this part, and we could still do that again. All right. I kind of like the idea of putting plants and coral and stuff up there. Maybe some of the sand, the pretty sand in this area. There are already dripstones in this part, and see, we have that area there. I would almost want this to come in this part, and let's put that on top, and then we'll see what we want to do with this. This is leaking, so we have to put another layer on here anyway. And let's see, the wall with holes, take a look on the back of the Crimson Keep style. Yes, isn't that cool? The Crimson Keep, that is actually the hallway that's supposed to actually go to someplace else, and it doesn't right now, and it probably isn't going to. But it looks like that. Isn't that cool? It looks like that water can come through there, but it can't. It's magic. It's a witch's covenstead, and they're using some kind of magic on that top place there so that it doesn't leak through. And yeah, and remember this was where we were putting in, I think, yeah, we have a full thing. That was just a part that wasn't supposed to be. So we have enough supports in this area, and we need to put something on top here. We can't have it all be driftwood. There's technically no sand in this area, but we could just go ahead and put some sand on top. And then the question would be, what color sand do we want to use? Do we want to use pink sand in this area? Or do we want to use something else? We could use the pink. What do you think? It looks good with driftwood, and we already have some of this. This is an interesting little piece here. This piece, see how this piece looks? This is actually a myrrh piece. And we're lucky that they're allowing us to live in this area, because these stones that are mixed like this are myrrh stones. And so when they do their monuments, they get more elaborate. So this one is a myrrh monument right here, which has, there's this one, there are these pieces here, and it's not a piece like this. So that's why we were allowed to build in that area. They have this monument here, which we can see, and the shipwreck. There we go. Laggy. That was a lag spike. Let's come this way. So yes, so I'm holding drip in my hand. If we put something here, nope, wrong side. It's right over here. It wouldn't be out of water, out of the water. We still have a good space. Yeah. You realized you forgot to use dripstone to decorate the outside of the buildings. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You didn't use dripstone, but you used a lot of other elements that are really beautiful and that I really like. So see, this is the top of the flower shop, and you can see where they are growing coral, and they have coral baths in the flower shop so that they can actually get coral, and I like that. I like the idea of that, Mixasa. That's so cool. So this house, this is only a level 3 of the bakery, so it's not complete yet. And then the patisserie, the little cafe, is in here. And I think that's some of the indigenous rock that's sitting right out there on that part. And let me look at something here. All right, so this is the thing that I just want to do as one of the last things for the day, is decide what I'm going to put here. What am I going to put here? Maybe some on the roof would look good. This could stay good at the smeltery other floor. Let's look at something. Let's look at something over here. Let's see. Let's get some inspiration from some of the level 5s. This is a level 5 right here. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe what I just need to do is just make it a top. Just make this a top like these buildings are. And, ooh. Now, we could do that because they have a view. We could put, I like the idea that maybe we'll put some of that on top. Okay, so let's put this around this part. So this is going to be just sort of the decorative half slab around this part of the building right here, and we can put that all the way over in these areas, and that will match these sections that we see here. So we'll put that there, and that is that part. And then in here we can put white, the full white, and we're going to probably have orange in some place so that we know, so that the submarines actually know too. We can probably, wouldn't that be interesting? If we made this a submarine pad, the question is, how would they get to it? There's space. There's actually space right here. See this right here? We maybe could make a hall behind here so that they could actually bring, if they wanted to evac someone, they could bring the submarine to here and then fly it over. They would be flying the submarine right here and landing right here. This is the hospital. So yeah, why don't we make that actually look like a helipad or a landing spot for the submarine, for the sub, and see about making a place here. Shame there's nothing like elevators or something. We almost need to make a place where they could lift up what do you call it? What do you call those emergency beds? Lift up an emergency bed into, I like all the idea of this. Let's come down here for a minute. So this was one of the things that we also need to do here. Let's put ladder here so we can't fall off right here. And let's do that for a minute. We're going to use the stone ladder. And I forgot about the, let's get the dripstone to go away. I forgot I was going to the university, and I need to do that too right quick. So I have so little time left. No, not you. So we'll just do this because it makes it easier to come up here if there's ladder there. So we'll put that in. I could put the sides in, and I'll do that later. Okay, so there's the airlock right there. So there's, and could you imagine what would be going on here with some of these things? So if we did that, right here, let's take this one and say, because we know this is in the wall, we could do this one and take this out. Excuse me a minute. and make it look like what they do is they bring in a stretcher, which is the word I couldn't think of, and then they can put it on a thing and bring it up into this area and then come out onto the roof. And I don't know how I'm going to make that look. I'm going to try and use some stuff. Wouldn't that be interesting to try and make it look like that? That they would come from that part right there into this part right here. Would probably have to make these guys go away, but it's okay because we have it there. And put an entrance right here where they walk out onto here and get into have a sub land here. So this is going to just be half slab in this area, just so that we can do that. And that ought to be interesting. Mr. Villager is saying Mixasa and Matla surely underwater. What word is that you're revolutionize? Are you saying revolutionize, which is, or reevaluate, or do you mean renovate? Renovate the underwater builds. Glass domes. Yes. Yeah, so I actually have to go. And I know that I just talked about doing all these fantastic things right here, but I have to go, and that is something I'm going to look at. Mixasa is saying glass domes can be great, but you need a custom world gen to have deeper oceans. And I remember that conversation, Mixasa, before you, when you started building, when you started creating, you and Matlon started creating this design, that a lot of people were saying, domes and all that kind of stuff. And I think your solution is brilliant. And yeah, it's one of the things that is important, that people don't understand. You would have to actually put in an underwater world. And that's not the same as Minecolonies. That's not the same as building, having the builders build and having things be put in like they are in real cities. And that's the thing. So that is Malaya. Malaya wants some concrete. She hasn't gotten it yet. And that's the thing that you've always found deep oceans. Good for you. And that makes that is cool. So yes, so when we come back, I'm going to see if I can use some of the infrastructure that Mixasa and Matlam have for the hallways to make a place where the clinic can bring an emergency up to this roof, and the submarine can land here and then take them. Could you imagine air to water submarines? Wouldn't that be wild? But they don't have to be. There's actually enough room for the sub to stay underwater right here and to go around this way and go to the hospital. So there's no problem there. They land right here, they can turn around, and they can pull out from right here. And that actually works out. Okay. Yay. And so right here is where we'll put that part. So I remind people who watch me for the first time that I don't do anything outside of this stream. So it takes a long time to build things, and I like it like that. I like it taking time. I like watching these people, the Mind Colony people in the world, the NPCs, live their lives. I love doing that, and it makes the game fun for me. So I hope you are enjoying. I hope you enjoy watching me do what I do. Thank you. Yes, I do have to go to the university with that string so we can get a sifter. And that's one of the things that we're going to work on. So, okay, everybody, we're going to have another builder next time we come in. And thank you all for being here. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Mixasa. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Obrigado. Obrigado, Mr. Villager. Obrigado. And to Zaf, if you're still there, if you haven't fallen asleep, Afgaristo. Afgaristo, Zaf. And I will say, yes, Amber? You wanted me to see? You want me to do something for you? I'll have to go find her. Bye for now. I'm going to play music. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye for now. Here we go.